Guys, how you doing? So as you can see, my power went out again. Now, I know you've heard about power outages in Ghana. So today I'm going to share with you what I do to stay productive when a power outage hits. Stay tuned and cue the intro. We gonna make it. Whatever the mountain in our way, we gonna face it and move it, yeah. Ooh, we gotta make it, yeah. Inspiring, informing you, encouraging, connect with me and together we will see that we gonna make it, yeah. Ooh. Okay guys, so let's get right to it. The first way that I like to stay productive is by taking precautionary measures. What does that mean? Stay powered up. So what I like to do to stay powered up is, one, I like to check all my devices before I go to bed. I check my phone, I check my laptop, I check my recorders, everything that needs to be charged, I check it before I go to bed. If it's not charged up, then hey, I'm putting that thing in the wall and it's getting charged up while I sleep. So that when I wake up in the morning, everything is charged at 100% and ready to go. And if a power outage happens in the morning or at noon, I'm all charged up and ready to go. Still, now, I'm not always perfect in it. And even though you saw the power outage at the beginning of the video, I charged my laptop last night, and that's good because we're at around 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that, and I still have 68% left. So I'm doing pretty good through this power outage, and I can still do business, I can still do my edits with no problem on my laptop. Gotta love it. And the other thing is my phones. They were all charged last night, and they're ready to go. Now, the awesome thing about the phones is that data and the internet connection is not connected to my router that goes in the wall, which when a power outage happens, it doesn't work, shuts down. The laptop goes kaput. I'll just say that. And I can only use it for things that don't require me to be online, which means I can still edit because thankfully my app that I edit with does not require me to be online. But for the things that I do need to be online with, my phones, they are connected to the cell tower service, satellite, whatever you want to call it, and they don't go out. So I'm able to stay productive as long as I'm powering up my devices and utilizing them in a way that plays off of their strengths. So, way number one to stay productive is to stay powered up. Oh, and stay tuned for a tip at the end. I'm gonna share with you about how to stay connected to the internet on your laptop, even if your laptop router is out of commission because of a power outage. So stay tuned for that. And if you're liking the video so far, guys, give me a like, hit on that like, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you can get more of this good stuff here. And then share the video out. Share it with your friends who may need some advice about how to be prepared on a trip where you're traveling across the world or camping or whatever the situation is where you might need some backup electricity. Okay, so what's next? Let's get to number two. The second way that I stay productive is by using portable chargers, or as some would call them, power banks. So lots of portable chargers need to be charged themselves, but once they are, if it's a quality charger, they hold or store that power for a long time. Some have reported up to a year.
That's a long time.
Power banks also hold a lot of power, quality power banks hold a lot of power and can be used on several devices and still have power left in the bank for future use. That's awesome. Now, let me show you the power bank that I have. It's the Adventure H2O Turbo 20,100 portable power bank. Whew, that's a mouthful. So anyway, this bad boy packs a punch. It is water resistant, dirt resistant, shock resistant. This thing is very durable. It's got a strong battery and it pushes out power fast. Because of the quality of it, it holds a lot of power. It has 108 hours of battery life, which means you're gonna get a lot of charges out of this thing before the battery needs to be recharged. To put it in perspective, this one right here, you could get 4 charges for your cell phone that's at 0 to 100 before the power goes out on this thing. And I'm really being safe on that. You could probably get 5 or 6. But I want to say 4 because I know for sure that that's been tested. Also, the fast charging mode kicks into gear if you're using a lightning cord. So you gotta make sure that that is. I don't want y'all getting this and then you use it with any kind of cord and it's not fast. It's not like going like that and you're like, Miss, we gotta make it. You said that this is a fast charger. So make sure you get the lightning cord. Okay. This thing is constructed to withstand, roughness. If you're hiking and you drop it, or camping, if you're, working, you always on the go, and maybe you just moving real fast and you're putting stuff in your backpack or whatever, your briefcase, your suitcase, whatever it is, and you drop it, it's supposed to withstand some of these, harsh conditions that we put our devices through. That said, this device, you can charge your smartphone, you can charge your tablet, you can charge your laptop. If you have a smartwatch, you can charge that. You can charge your headphones, your earbuds, and if you have BT speakers, you can charge those. Guys, this thing is really, really good. It's best to get a quality power bank. If you're gonna get a power bank, make sure that you invest a good penny in it, because if you do not, you will not get the performance that you're looking for, that I'm talking about, out of the power bank that you buy. It won't perform the way it should. And what do I mean by that? It won't store the power very long, even if you don't use it. You may charge it, and then if you don't use it for like a month or 2 or 3, and you come back and check it, the power may not be in there. You might have to recharge it. The other thing is, it might not charge your devices very quickly. And that's important, because if you rely heavily on your devices to get projects done while you're traveling, to get work done, to send something to someone, you need those devices to be available for use. If your portable power bank doesn't charge it quickly, you could be waiting to work to get something done while you're waiting for that thing, to charge up. The other thing is, you may not get a lot of charges out of it. It may only charge one thing, and then it's like, I'm done. Plug me in the wall. I'm finished. Anyway, and it may break if you drop it, because it's not made durable in the way that a more expensive quality one would be. So trust me, guys, spend a few more bucks is all I'm saying. And when you think about it, the cheaper ones might not be significantly less in cost than the more quality models. So let's say you go out and you get an inexpensive model, and one day you drop it and it breaks. You're gonna have to go buy another one. If you buy another one, you might end up spending more buying that second one than you would have spent just getting one of these in the first place. So my recommendation, go for the gusto. What I would also recommend is that you get more than one, if you can. If you can. Especially if you're someone who's relying on an online business to generate income, or if you're a person that relies heavily on your cell phone or cell phones. I recommend at least 2. This one here is an Anker, and it is like, I'd say maybe like a half step down from this one right here. It was a little less expensive. It's heavy duty, still charges fast, and holds an ample amount of power. So it was what I could afford. I got my Gusto already. But if you could get a second one, whatever you can afford, I would highly recommend that you get two. So with these two, I'm good to go. Take that, power outage. Okay, that's enough. So these are power banks that you can plug in, right? So what about if the power's out, my power banks don't have any power in them, and I need something to charge my device so that I can work? What do I do then? Glad you asked. One second. Enter the 8000 solar power bank. This right here can be charged by the sun. So if these things are out, then this is my backup. This will not be out of power if I'm using the other two. It just wouldn't happen. So those two are down, man down. Then I'm using this guy. And then after I'm done with it, if my power is still out and I need to charge this thing back up, I can just set it out in non-direct sunlight and charge it back up. This right here, guys, even if you don't get this exact model, I would definitely recommend you get a solar charging power bank so that we don't have to rely so heavily on electricity. Let me take these out so you can see all three of them together. They're pretty much around the same size and around the same weight. These two are a lot lighter than this one. I would recommend anybody who is looking to have, self-sufficiency for emergency situations. If you're stranded somewhere in a vehicle, your power goes out, if they have those planned power outages or something like that, or if you're traveling, or if you're doing business. Like, really, when I come to think about it, I should have had one of these before I traveled. Everybody really could benefit from having one, and these are how I stay productive in a power outage. Okay, the power went out. Now we've got light. This is the third way that I stay productive, by using this lantern. This is an LED USB rechargeable camping lantern. The camping lantern is so much more than just the light. Now the light itself gives you anywhere from 8 to 30 hours of usage time on this mode. Then you also get other modes. Let's just take it to the modes. Okay. So in total, it has 8 modes of lighting. Of course, the most dim light will give you the longest amount of time. We have used this several times since we purchased it in power outages, and we have not charged it once. The power outages have lasted anywhere between 2 hours and one time 24 hours, but only half of that time was nighttime. And then maybe only about 5 hours of that we were awake. With the light, you can look for things in your room. You can continue to work. It's got good light for seeing on paper. You can continue to prep dinner, because a lot of times the power will go out while dinner is cooking, in the middle of preparing dinner. And here we are. We can see that we can continue to prep dinner and clean the kitchen at night. No excuses for not doing those dishes. And you can eat in a pleasant environment and see your food. So what are the other features on this? Let me show you. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. You've got this handy little handle that you can hold it. You can also hold it from here if you want. If you want to be like cool. You got this right here. Clip it on your belt. I think it's kind of weird, but some people might think that's a really cool feature. So you can do that. Then also, it has 4,400 mAh of stored power. So this is a small little teeny power bank, and you can charge your phone, a radio, maybe once or twice before the power goes out. But nonetheless, in an emergency situation, this would be awesome because you can power up an emergency device. And then you can also power this by the USB port right there. This is so cool. This is like so necessary. And the awesome thing is that it's so affordable. I think you guys right now would probably only be paying somewhere around $28.99 for something like this. It was something like $32 for one, but it looks like they're on sale on Amazon, and I will make sure to put the link to the product in the description below. I believe we have more than one of these, and we keep them in strategic places like the kitchen, the living room, so that if the power goes out and someone's in those distinct places, then they can turn it on and people can migrate to where they need to migrate to. Oh, and I want to mention, I spoke about this being purchased as preparing for a trip to another country or, travel trip or whatever like that. But also, if you're already on the continent and you're going to take care of some business back in the States or in the UK or wherever it is that you're going to, and you don't have something like this or you don't have enough of them, I would encourage you to pick up one or two if you can and bring it back with you so that you're better equipped. Okay, so we're wrapping this thing up, and we've discussed the ways that I stay productive when the power goes out here in Ghana. I said at the end that I would share a little secret with you that I stumbled onto just recently, really, and I feel like I should have known this all along. But my little trick that I stumbled onto to maintain access to the internet when my router goes off because the power's gone out is using my cell phone's hotspot. Using my cell phone's hotspot and connecting my laptop to it. Oh my gosh. Now guys, some of you might have known that and you're like, duh, but there are those of us who didn't know that. And there are those of us who will benefit greatly from that little nugget. Okay guys, so that does it for us today. I hope that this episode was majorly informative, it was inspiring, and that it helps you to be able to accomplish whatever prep that you have for either moving to Ghana, to the continent of Africa, or to anywhere else in the world and becoming an expat or just traveling. And I hope also that this can be useful for anyone who needs some remedies for emergency situations, who travels and likes to go on outdoor adventures. These are the things that you want to get your hands on because they work wonders. And don't worry, I'm going to put the links to every single one in the description below. And guys, hey, comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you liked it. If you did, please go ahead and click like. Subscribe to the channel, share the video out, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single good time here on We Gonna Make It. And I want to say this as I always say and will always say, no matter where you are on your journey to destiny, you, me, y'all, we gonna make it. Peace. This is solar power bank. This is a solar power. This is a power bank. Inede beninging. Inede beninging. Gosh, I can't even get what I'm trying to